Good morning, everyone. I'm coming with a very controversial and a most needed conversation. And this is about the revelation of a judgment awarded to the Jalen Walker family. I think it was like $4 million. And when I first heard, I'm like, is this Jalen Walker that the police was chasing and he got out the car and started running? Is that the one that had looked like he had a mask on? Or maybe it wasn't a mask. That he got out, started walking, and they shot him. They said they shot him like over 60 times or something. And then find out that he didn't have a gun. Why was he running? And this is what makes me so mad about these people. They they run from the police. They wind up getting shot and killed. Getting people all walked up when all they had to do was just stop and see what the police want. And we're not talking enough about this. We always want to just start boo-hooing, boo-hooing. If you're not doing nothing wrong, why are you running? Even if you did do something wrong, why are you running? You know the police will shoot you. And these people are going to get this money, and you're never going to hear from them again. They're going to be living the high life. We're not going to hear nothing else because they're not going to take that money and build up the community or try to help others. And the lawyers, and I'm sure Crump was there. Maybe, I don't know. I'm not sure who's was the lawyer. And they are going to. And see, you notice Crump, he must be a billionaire by now because he's always there, seem like, when it's a black man shot by the police and they trying to get some money. I don't never hear him. He wrote a book. I don't know what's in the book, but I've never heard him try to encourage black men not to run from the police, not to go out there doing crimes. I don't hear him out there trying to help uh, black men and boys to be upstanding citizens. I don't hear that. I don't. I've never heard it. Not to say he haven't, but I have never heard it. I see him all the time standing close to these families that their loved one has been shot and killed by the police. And it's always another one. They got one going to court now after 4 years. Somebody called the police. Music disturbance. Okay. They was making too much noise. They called the police. I didn't know they still do that. But they go to the home. The man is in his garage, and come to find out, it was his car backfired or making noises or something. Somebody then called the police on him. The police go to his house. He's in his garage holding a cell phone, and they shoot him dead. And that's just like the woman that they just recognized her after 3, 4, no, longer than that, about 5 years, 5, 6 years, or something like that, where somebody called the police
Good night.
for a well check because they seen her door open, so they're gonna call the police. The police come shining the flashlight. She goes to the window, open the curtains, and they shoot her dead. What are we doing? What fantasy world are we living in? We have to stop and think about our lives and the family that we will be leaving behind. We're not talking enough about prevention. Now I know it's some things that you can't help. Like that man, he didn't know somebody called the police on him. Just like that woman didn't know somebody called the police on him. She just curious. But see, I would not have done that. I would not have went. Maybe I would. I don't know. But we have to, as much as we be on YouTube and TikTok and all that, we're not talking enough about prevention. Reminding people you are living in America and you are black, you have to be extra, 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 extra careful about everything you do. Just like that woman that was in her house, shot dead after she picked up a pot of water. See, we're not. See, we're so busy socializing and having fun and looking at videos, laughing and TikToking and all this stuff, and we are forgetting to uh, educate ourselves about the trouble that we're living in, the troubled times, the dark ages. Our main, you would think, but I see that it's not happening. Your main objective should be not to engage with the police, period. And that means obeying all rules and laws, especially driving, because that is the most time we interact with the police. And stop being combative, pay attention, follow commands, because when the police talk to you, they're not asking you, they're telling you. And check your attitude. Stop driving dirty, which I know a lot of people can't help because of circumstances. But if you wanted to take that chance, and you could be obeying all the laws and still get stopped by the police because of unforeseen occurrences or something. It's a trap. Going to those drive-throughs. You've been drinking a little bit. Oh, you want something else to drink, so you think you'll just go to the drive-through and leave and go home. They don't always work like that. That alcohol is unpredictable. And this would make me so mad too. You could get millions of dollars for getting, well, you're not because you're dead. Your family can get millions of dollars for being shot and killed by the police. Whereas somebody else gets shot, they just dead. They just dead. What's up with that? We live in a crazy country. Your father, mother could kill you, shoot you dead, and you just dead. But let the police uh, uh, kill somebody, the family can become a millionaire. I don't understand this concept. And we're not talking enough About calling these folks out. Y'all dumb, you stupid. Why you running from the police? Why you out there breaking in houses? Why you out there committing all these crimes? And then want to boo-hoo because you in jail for 10 years. Or your stupid ass gonna, run from the police, putting other people's lives in danger. And your stupid ass is going to jail for 5, 6 years, leaving your kids to fend for themselves. Why is 13-year-olds out there driving stolen cars, running to people's houses? What are we teaching our kids? That it's okay to be stupid all your life? That it's okay to go to jail for 2 or 3 years? They think it's they really think it's a rite of passage. They think having all these babies out of wedlock is a trophy that they could just, sport around. Um, Now, this Jalen Walker shooting, it happened in Akron, and it began tonight in Akron, Ohio, where the city's 4th of July celebrations were canceled due to an investigation into the deadly police shooting of Jalen Walker. The 25-year-old black man was unarmed when he was killed in a hail of bullets after a traffic stop. This afternoon, police released the disturbing body cam footage, which shows officers fired dozens of rounds as Walker ran away. This weekend, hundreds of people protested in the streets calling for justice. Okay, they protested. Now, what did protesters do now? Damn thing. They get together and do that. Now, the family is going to get all that money. You think the protesters going to get a dime? No. They don't get a dime of that money. This man was 25 years old. I'm sure he done heard many people getting killed by the police. This was after the George Floyd thing, and they love to bring that up. I'm so tired of hearing about that. We're not there for each other. People stood around, and watched this police officer kill this man. Kind of remind me of when we stood around and seen the slaves get beat by the master. We didn't do nothing, even though it was like 20 of us and 2 of them. We just stood around. That's the mindset that we're working with. Preston has been covering the developments today, Elise. Eureka, the 8 officers under investigation are on paid leave after the attempted traffic stop and deadly pursuit. The police union says those officers are cooperating with the investigation. We have to warn you, the body camera video you are about to see is disturbing. Okay, they love to say that's disturbing. Oh, we just sing worse. Come on.
You hear that, Nora? 3 credit scores to home loans and everything in between. Intuit Credit Karma. Download the app today.
Justice for Jalen.
Register on 5.0.
Injustice, no peace.
I want to turn now to Akron, Ohio, and growing outrage over a deadly police shooting there. A state of emergency and curfew have been declared after the city released police video showing 8 officers firing on an unarmed black man. Here's Maggie Vespa.
Mounting anger and a march to the mayor's house, demanding justice for Jalen Walker. The man shot dozens of times, authorities say, by 8 officers in Akron, Ohio. A young black man gunned down. The mayor declaring a state of emergency after more protests overnight. Police appearing to deploy tear gas on a crowd enraged at new body cam video of Monday.
Okay. How long are we going to continue to get outraged about this situation that continually happens over and over again? And nobody's talking about preventing this, showing these black men being victims of their own doing. We're not learning from these tragedies. Just like Sandra Bland, I feel so sorry that she didn't have the understanding and the will to live more than proving a point that if she had just, and I'm not saying that's the only thing, if she had just put the cigarette out, took the ticket, and went on. When you feel like you have been done wrong, take it to court. Just like me and my daughter, we was driving along, and we didn't know our bright lights was on. This police officer stopped us, and we got very irritated that you are getting ready to give us a ticket. You stopped us and gonna give us a ticket because our lights were on bright, and we're going down a not a 2-lane street, but a probably a 6-lane street, and we thought that was so petty. We took it to court, even though it cost us court costs. But we wanted to show it cost us, but we wanted to show that that was real petty. And the problem was we wouldn't the lights would come on and we wouldn't even notice. The bright lights would come on and we wouldn't even notice that. All you gotta do is touch a button and the bright lights would come on. But that's what I'm saying. If you didn't do anything wrong, fight it in court. Don't fight the police officer because the police officer, what is a police officer? They are after fact. They are after the fact. They don't prevent nothing. You have to prevent it. And I did a video about uh, something like this about a few of them. But you know that billions of dollars have been awarded to people because of police uh, mishandling traffic stops. Remember that I've seen this movie, 139 shots. A man and a woman in the car driving down the street. This happened in Cleveland. Riding down the street, past the police station, and the car backfired. And the police thought they was being shot at, so they started chasing the car, the people in the car, and they started to run instead of stopping. And by the time they caught up with them, they been shot in the car 139 times. The show was like, and they was found not guilty. No, wait a minute. One man, oh yeah, no, one man was found, one police officer was found guilty because he literally jumped up on the hood and shot into the car.
Still heavily involved in the investigation.
And they weren't unarmed. I mean, they was unarmed. Why did they run from the police?
Terrorist attack.
That means the FBI and the NTSB will be investigating this ambush together.
Why we're not talking about it enough? Why we're not protecting our people, ourselves? We have to drill it in their head, just like anything else that needs to be learned and something that would save your life. We don't do that enough because we just don't care. Who cares? Thank you for listening.